everyone, this is Jen with UCSD InterVarsity, and I just wanted to say hi. So I'm trying out this new thing. I'm going to be creating a YouTube channel to sort of do some video updates about the different things that are going on with InterVarsity at UCSD, with my life personally, and just with what I feel like God's up to in like the InterVarsity world and the UC San Diego world specifically, and sort of that sort of thing. Basically, I was feeling like personally, I have so much I want to share with you guys about what's going on campus and what students are up to and what God's up to at UC San Diego, that I was feeling a little bit like the people who were getting the most updates in my life were people I was able to share in person. And there's no way I can do that with everyone. If you want to hang out with me, please ask me to hang out with you. I'll totally get coffee. But the reality is we all live in different places, are doing different things, and I thought one way that'd be a cool way to update is if I did some more video updates. I've done mini ones before. You guys have seen some of the mini ones, some of you. And sometimes we do general updates and, showcase what happened at our different camps and things like that. But I don't know, I was thinking I would just make a video so I could just give you guys all the updates kind of as they come. And yeah, so this is just one way of maybe, keeping you guys updated. So yeah, here's a little InterVarsity update. So I want to share with you guys a little bit about what's been happening this quarter and last quarter. So we are now in week three of spring quarter. So we have some seniors who are going to graduate in 8 weeks. It's, exciting but sad. I always get all sad when seniors graduate, like, don't leave, I love you, but go off into the world and do great things. I'm always feeling that way a little bit. But I want to share a little bit about last quarter, winter quarter. Some really cool stuff happened. I feel like I didn't get a chance to update a lot of you as much on some of the crazy things that happened last quarter. So I wanted to give you guys a quick update. One of the things that happened last quarter that I feel like was really exciting is this conference called Ambition. And so at this conference, it's basically a conference that InterVarsity holds, I believe, every 3 years. And we haven't been a part of it before, at least in my history with UC San Diego. But this conference is for to really help instill in our students an apostolic or almost like a planter DNA. Really starting to be aware of the places on college campuses that aren't reached, and then figuring out some practical next steps to go and reach those places. And so it was a really amazing conference, and what was crazy about it is it felt like it really hit on some stuff that God was already putting into the hearts of our students, and that felt really exciting to me because that's one thing that I care about with UC San Diego is knowing that there's 30,000 students and there's so many different people and places to reach, and we have a limited amount of leaders and students to go reach those places. And so it was really exciting because we had all of our student leaders went. We made it a little leaders retreat. And it was really cool because there was something that, it felt like came up in students to want to go see something happen. And so one student in particular, it was really cool. Her name is Sarah. And if you read my newsletter, I'll attach it somehow to this video. But Sarah was really feeling called during Ambition to reach people who really cared about women's issues, feminism, sort of that sort of arena, but realizing that place was often lacking Jesus, because what we know when we look at the Bible is that Jesus really values women in his kingdom, and Sarah was feeling like people don't realize that and realize that God really values people. And so she has this vision of reaching people who already have an inkling that there's something wrong with the way that the world treats women, but don't realize that God and Jesus really care about women. And so she is starting a Bible study and spent all of last quarter brainstorming. She did a little outreach a few weeks ago where she stood on campus and just asked people, have you ever thought about what God has to say about feminism? And that's literally was her intro to all these students who maybe aren't Christian. And it's really cool the reaction she's been getting. And so the past few weeks, she's been trying to start to kick that off. And so this week will be her kickoff week. She's hoping to get a Bible study, hoping to get some people who come. So be praying for her because God's doing some really cool stuff in her. And I don't know, it's like really exciting. So that's one update there. And I think it's an example of a theme that I feel like has been coming up this past quarter and going into this quarter. Kind of like this, not school year, but like regular year. A theme that's been coming up is risk takers. And I feel like this generation of students that we have right now are really called to be risk takers on the college campus. And I see that in people like Sarah who are just willing to, she literally just sat in the middle of a sidewalk. For those of you who know UCSD, she sat right in front of the sun god statue along that walkway and literally just handed out like coffee to students on campus and was like, hey, have you ever thought about spirituality and feminism? And it's like crazy the risk taking that it takes to just go and do that. We all know how hard it is to talk to strangers, but these students are so willing to do that. And so there's just one example. We have another student named Natalie who came back from Ambition, and she wanted to start a freshman Bible study in, for those of you who know UCSD, Eleanor Roosevelt College. This year we didn't have enough leaders to have a Bible study there, and so she said, I'm going to start this. And her class actually talked about the Bible that quarter and was starting to talk about the Bible. And so she thought right away, I got to tell all the people in my class about this Bible study I'm holding. And I'm going to do my Bible passages based about what we're talking about in class. So she went and asked her professors, hey, can I announce this Bible study in front of like the whole class? And stood up there and the professor was like, sure. And so she announced her Christian Bible study in front of like 300 students. Then she recruited her friend to do the same thing in her class that was studying the same thing. And so she ended up having and meeting a few people and people who recognized her walking around like where her dorms are now. People recognize her. Oh yeah, you're leading that Bible study. When is that again? People keep asking her that. It's amazing. And I'm thinking about like my time in college, and I don't know if I would have had the boldness to stand in front of my class and announce my Christian club, but these students are willing to do that because they're feeling God pull on their heart to reach places that there's no one at sharing the gospel. And it was just like amazing. And so I feel like it's a theme for just kind of like our students and the way they act. And those are just a couple of tons of stories that have been happening. And so I just wanted to share that with you because, I mean, these students are inspiring. And both those examples, those are freshmen. They're brand new leaders. They came on our leadership team like literally last quarter, mid-year leadership like recruits. And they just have stepped up and been like, okay, I'm going to do things. And it's crazy. And so I just want to share those stories because they're super cool. What else do I want to share with all of you? Oh, so another thing that you guys, I would love your prayers for is I've been a part of this year. I think I've shared with a few of you. I might have put it in a newsletter at some point. But I've been a part of this year something called the Evangelism Champions team. I'm a evangelism apprentice with InterVarsity. So basically what that means is we have like an evangelism department within InterVarsity that really focuses on how to really help our movement become more evangelistic and reach out to people who aren't reached. And so I had the crazy opportunity. I don't even know how it happened. One of my supervisors, I think, just recommended me for it. But I've been coaching 2 other Southern California campuses in evangelism to help them boost their evangelism DNA, I guess, and see more conversions, more people come to faith in this year. And so I've been able to do that, which has been really exciting. One of the campuses that I've been helping out with is Ventura College, and the staff there and the students there are absolutely amazing. But I've been doing these video calls about once a month, really trying to help these campuses see more people come to faith in their ministries. And so Ventura College, I wanted to give you an update there because it's really exciting, is last year they saw, it looks like 2 decisions. So they saw 2 decisions to follow Jesus. That's either a recommitment or a first-time decision to follow Jesus. Last year, the whole year, they saw 2. That campus was feeling like, we want to see more than 2 people come to faith. They were feeling like, we want to reach this campus, we want to see more people. And so I've been able to chat with them and stuff, and this year so far, and they still have a few weeks left before their school year ends. They end of May, I believe. They have already seen over, at least, if not more at this point since last I talked to them, they've seen 17 people decide to follow Jesus. That's 17 conversions. From 2 last year to 17 this year is absolutely crazy. And I was just completely floored at our last phone call when they were giving me some updates about things, and we've just seen more and more, especially over the past few months. There's been this wave of people just following Jesus, and I asked them, I was like, what has been happening there? And they were telling me that they've just been asking people. They've been doing calls to faith, altar calls. They've just been asking people if they want to follow Jesus. And the reality is there's just people on their campus who want to follow Jesus, and someone needs to invite them. And so they've been inviting people, and people have been deciding to follow Jesus. It's crazy. And so for them, it's been this whole evangelism culture shift on their campus, where one of the major things they care about now as students, as staff, is seeing people come to faith. And so I've been really blessed to be a huge part of that and be a part of giving them some of the tools and resources to be able to see that happen on their campus. Whereas on our campus, we kind of have that evangelistic culture on our campus. If you know much about our ministry, we do calls to faith almost every Wednesday at our large groups. We do calls to faith in our small groups all over campus. And so we see a significant amount of people come to faith every year and strive to see more people. And that's just kind of a part of what we do. That wasn't a part of what they did on a regular basis, but they longed to see it happen, and something happened. And so I'm just super excited about what God is doing there in regards to that, and the opportunity that I had to grow not only in my own, the way I personally do evangelism, but in how I train other people and even whole campuses in doing evangelism. So it's a really cool opportunity, and that's actually led to, I'm going to a evangelism conference with InterVarsity in New Orleans tomorrow, actually. So Tuesday, and I'm going to be there from Tuesday to Friday, and it's going to be a couple things. One is I'm going to be there with about, I think it's 25 or 30 other people with InterVarsity, and we are going to be talking about the an evangelism update. So just the culture of InterVarsity, not just Southern California or San Diego, but nationally. Where are we at with evangelism, and it's it being a part of our ministry, and what does it look like to grow in how we do evangelism in different areas? How do we grow over the next few years, foreseeable future, et cetera, et cetera. And within that, so we're going to get an update, we're going to get new tools, we're going to find new resources. It's going to be fun in that sense. And we're also going to help plant 3 new InterVarsity chapters in Louisiana. And so we're going to do kind of like a little planting thing. We're going to go and do evangelism on 3 different campuses and do what we can to try to help kickstart 3 new InterVarsity chapters, from scratch. So I have no idea how that's going to go. I'm just kind of along for the ride. This is the first thing I've been to in that sense. I'm, nervous and excited. So if you could be praying for me and praying for what we're doing there, I think we're going to be doing some awesome things, hearing some cool things. And so, yeah, just be praying for me and be praying for us there in this evangelism conference. I'm pretty excited. I've also never been to New Orleans, so, fun opportunities. But I'm excited for what God's going to be doing there, and the opportunity to be a part of some more national conversations in evangelism, not just our San Diego campus. And so, yeah. That's another update there. What else do I want to tell you guys about? But the evangelism stuff, it's not just happening there. We're also getting a lot of movement on our campus. One of my favorite things to do on campus is during our weekly Wednesday events where we do, it's similar to a church service, but it's our InterVarsity large groups we do every Wednesday night. My favorite thing to do is stand outside of the large group and hand out, we do hot chocolate and coffee with students. And it's a really exciting way to get into spiritual conversations about Jesus with students, and then invite them into our large group, which is literally happening right next to me, So it's a really fun thing to do. And another thing that I've been doing recently in that is not only doing that myself, but inviting students to do it with me and kind of coaching them on how do you make a conversation about Jesus with someone who's not Christian not as awkward? Because you guys know, it can be really awkward to talk to non-Christians about Jesus. It just can. It's an awkward conversation sometimes. And so one thing I've been able to do that's been really cool is help students do that and have those conversations in that moment. And that helps them in their other friendships and relationships they already have with people in a more easy way bring up that conversation because they've had a little bit of practice. And so that's been a really exciting front that I've seen kind of happen. And there's been a few students who, after kind of getting that experience on the ground and just getting into these evangelistic conversations, have then prayed with me about how do I get into this conversation with this friend of mine who I've been wanting to have a conversation like that with. then we've seen them like have those conversations, and it's been amazing. And so it's not just evangelism on a national scale. There's also some stuff happening on our campus as well regarding it. And so I feel really excited about everything that's going on there. Lastly, just two more quick things is one, I want to give you guys a finances update for me. I'm trying to end the year strong and get ready for some, I think, cool and exciting things that are going to be happening next year. No spoilers. But to get there and to end the year well, I'm looking to raise about $8,000 more. And so basically what that means is I'm looking for a lot of either one-time gifts or new monthly supporters. So if that's you and you're interested in doing that or helping me towards that goal to really help me individually end off the year strong in my personal budget and help our campus end off the year strong with some strong outreaches, some good like end year sending off seniors well, so many of the things that just help us end the year well. If you're interested in that, then let me know. Just shoot me an email. I'll put a link for our donation site in this YouTube as well. It'll be in the description below if you want to give a gift. We're looking for, monthly or one-time gifts, so whatever you're able to do. So that's kind of like a financial update for me. And lastly, I want to just hear from you, like, what is the best way for me to keep you updated with our ministry? I've been regularly sending out email updates and paper updates. I do paper updates like a couple times a year. I do email updates, every once in a while, every 1 month, every 1 to 3 month time period. I try to do a few more emails a year, and then individually, chatting with people when I get the chance. This video one is a fun new way I'm going to try. I also have a Facebook page. If you haven't been on that yet, I have a Facebook page where I do more regular updates. But I'm curious from you guys, what way is the most helpful for you to stay updated with our ministry? Which form of communication do you appreciate most? Is this video helpful? I'd love to know. So if you would put in some comment wherever you see this or shoot me an email, what is the best way to keep in contact with you and best communication? I would love to know. This is a fun new way I'm trying. I like chatting and talking. If you know me at all, I like to talk a lot. So the videos is a fun way to try it out. But yeah, let me know. But otherwise, that's kind of it for things. For prayer requests, please be praying for Sarah as she's planting her sort of feminism women's Bible study. What does Jesus have to do with women? And she's planting that. So be praying for Sarah as she's starting that ministry. Be praying for our graduating seniors. They're getting close to graduation, and for some people it's hard. For some people they have jobs right going out. So be praying for seniors as they're trying to figure out what does it look like for me to continue following God post college and post InterVarsity structures. What does it look like to follow God after college? So that's another one. And then thirdly, be praying for my evangelism conference and for the funds that I need to finish off the year well. So those are some prayer requests. But other than that, that's kind of some updates on InterVarsity at UC San Diego about my ministry there as full-time staff. And I hope to talk to you all soon. Have a great rest of your day, afternoon, whenever you view this video.